Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, creepy friends. Welcome to Slams and Bobs, where I'm going back on my word of 2 weeks and I'm going to do a Thunderbirds review because I watched the episode this morning and I really wasn't feeling it all that much. This week, basically all we had were 4 of our leading cast. We had Alan, John, Parker and Penelope and that flipping dog. Oh, and Brains. My mum come into the room while I was watching it this morning and Brains talked to her and she went, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Brains is awful. Brains, ah!" Oh, the more I watch Brains, the more I get annoyed. Please, cast, crew, fire that guy. Every time I hear Brains speak, I get angrier and angrier, and it's just like, oh, I don't like Brains. Why did you hire that guy? He just doesn't work. I'm traumatized every time I watch it. Back to the point, I'm going to try and forget about that thing that we don't like, the character called Brains. Ah! Had a hint of Scott. There was no Virgil. There was no Gordon. Thankfully, there was no Nana Trace, no Onesie and her Uxie, and there was no Tintin. As you know, we don't call KO, we call her Tintin on this channel. I wasn't really feeling this episode. 3rd time I had to say that, everyone, because there was such an absence of main cast when you just started the new series that I felt like it let it down. So basically, Alan went up to space in Thunderbird 3 to do sort of a junk cleanup duty and essentially found a bomb that then involved John and Penny and Parker and the bloody dog having to go into some sort of bank vault in London and try and find this code. And it was just all a bit, yeah. It was just from last week where I kind of went, oh, actually, this isn't so bad. I kind of went, oh, you let me down on this week. I had a sad face for this episode. You know, even when there were space missions in the past, there were still all the other characters involved. Even if they were just sitting there talking or sort of discussing the event, they were still around. Scott was on a mission. I kind of wanted to know what that mission was because you see him go, and then, people. I wanted to know what that mission was. I was kind of sitting there going, what's going on there? I wanted to know. However, for, I suppose, the people I spoke about last week, like my dad, who kind of wanted it all set around one thing, they got that this week. But then I was intrigued to know what was going on with Scott Tracy. I missed Virgil, I missed Gordon, I didn't necessarily miss Thunderbird S, but all in all this week kind of was a bit of a bum note for me. It was a bit slow and a bit of a letdown compared to last week, and I wasn't that happy with it. But next week to come, hopefully we'll get Thunderbird 2 and Thunderbird 1 and we'll get all 4 boys, 5 boys back in action. I hold out hope. I can't judge something by one failed week, as always. So that is kind of the letdown and kind of a bit of a meh note on this week's Thunderbird episode. I think I'm going to do you a once a week Thunderbird talk. I think I like the idea of that a little bit more than doing it every couple of weeks. I think we should get together because everyone that's come from liking the Thunderbird video, you've all been so nice and I kind of feel like I owe you a debt for being so good to me that we should just get together and talk about it once a week, I think. Thank you very much for watching this. I will see you all next week for more Thunderbirds reviews. Bye, everybody.